The IAFF-IAFC Fire Service Joint Labor Management Candidate Physical Ability Test consists of 8 separate events performed in a continuous sequence. The events in order are the stair climb, the hose drag, the equipment carry, the ladder raise and extension, the forcible entry, the search, the rescue, and the ceiling breach and pull. You will be required to progress along a predetermined path from event to event in a continuous manner. Since the inception of the CPAT, the task force has protected the integrity of the test through a strict licensing procedure. To date, more than 500 fire departments and jurisdictions are licensed and therefore approved to use the test. The International Association of Firefighters and International Association of Fire Chiefs, in accordance with a conciliatory agreement reached with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, requires departments to offer 2 CPAT orientation sessions and 2 timed practice runs as a mandatory condition for using the CPAT program to hire firefighter candidates. All departments using the CPAT must offer these orientations and practice sessions equally to all candidates. At least 8 weeks prior to administering the CPAT, you will be offered the first of 2 orientation sessions, which include access to the official CPAT equipment. Certified peer fitness trainers, fitness professionals, and/or CPAT-trained firefighters will be present to help you become familiar with and prepare for the test. In addition, you will be given no less than 2 timed practice runs on the CPAT course within 30 days of testing. These standard operating procedures provide full and equal access to the CPAT program and will improve your success rate on the test. If you feel you are ready to take the test and don't need to attend the orientation sessions or practice runs, you may choose to sign a written waiver, acknowledging that you voluntarily waive your participation in these sessions. The candidate physical ability test events and equipment were designed to standard specifications. While the order of events and lengths between events will remain the same, in order to conform to the fire department's test area, your course layout may vary. The CPAT course may be set up indoors or outdoors. You must successfully complete all 8 events in 10 minutes 20 seconds or less. This is a pass-fail test. Disqualification on one event or a total test time exceeding 10 minutes 20 seconds will constitute a failure, and the test will be concluded. Throughout the test, you will wear a 50-pound vest to simulate the weight of the self-contained breathing apparatus and the firefighter's protective clothing. A hard hat with a chin strap and work gloves will be issued to you for your safety and must be worn for the duration of the test. Watches and loose jewelry will not be permitted. It is a requirement that you wear long pants and proper footwear. Footwear with an open heel or an open toe may not be worn. The events are placed in a sequence that best simulates their use in a fire scene. Each event is connected by an 85-foot walk. This will allow you approximately 20 seconds to recover before the next event. To ensure the highest level of safety and to prevent exhaustion, you must walk between events. Running between events will result in a warning. A second infraction will constitute disqualification, and your test will be concluded. A proctor will follow, not lead you throughout the test. The purpose of the lead proctor is to time your performance, monitor your safety, and provide you with instructions during the events. Additional proctors will be present during the events. Event 1, Stair Climb. This event is designed to simulate the critical tasks of climbing stairs in full protective clothing while carrying a high-rise pack or hose bundle. An additional 25 pounds of weight will be added only during the stair climb event, totaling 75 pounds to simulate the weight of the firefighter's protective clothing, the self-contained breathing apparatus, and a high-rise pack or hose bundle. You will walk on the step mill for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Immediately prior to the initiation of the timed candidate physical ability test, you will have 20 seconds to warm up on and become familiar with the step mill at a preset rate of 50 steps per minute. This 20-second warm-up is not counted in your total test time. During the 20-second warm-up, you will be permitted to dismount, grasp the rail, or touch the wall to establish balance and cadence. If you fall or dismount the step mill, you must remount and start the entire 20-second warm-up period. You will be allowed to restart the warm-up period 2 times. If you dismount or fall off the equipment 3 times during the warm-up period, you will be disqualified and your test will be concluded. The warm-up period and the timed test are continuous. There is no break between the warm-up period and the timed test. Time begins when the proctor says go, and the rate of the step mill will be increased to a preset rate of 60 steps per minute.
3, 2, 1. The test has begun.
You will be required to walk on the step mill at this preset rate for 3 minutes. Just prior to the 3-minute mark, the proctor will inform you that the step mill event is about to end. After 3 minutes have elapsed, the step mill will stop. You will dismount, the 2 weights totaling 25 pounds will be removed, and you will walk to the next event. If you fall, grasp any of the test equipment, or dismount the step mill after the timed candidate physical ability test begins, you will be disqualified and your test will be concluded. During the timed test, you are permitted to momentarily touch the wall or handrail for balance. However, you will be given a warning if the wall or handrail is touched or grasped for an extended period of time, or if the wall or handrail is used for weight bearing. 2 warnings will be allowed. A 3rd infraction will constitute a disqualification, and your test will be concluded. Event 2. Hose drag. This event is designed to simulate the critical tasks of extending an uncharged hose line from the fire apparatus to the fire occupancy and pulling the uncharged hose line around obstacles while you remain stationary. You will grasp the hose nozzle attached to 200 feet of 1 3/4 inch hose. You will place the length of the hose line, 8 feet or less, over your shoulder or across your chest.
Stop! Warning, grab it to its hose.
You will drag the hose 75 feet to a pre-positioned drum, make a 90-degree turn around the drum, and continue to the finish line. You are permitted to run while dragging the hose. This is the only event in which you are permitted to run. If you fail to go around the drum or go outside of the marked path, your test will be concluded. After you cross the finish line, you will stop within the marked box, turn to face the hose line, and drop to at least 1 knee. You will then pull 50 feet of hose as indicated by a marking on the hose to the finish line. The mark on the hose line must pass the established finish line. Upon completion of this event, you will walk 85 feet along the established walkway to the next event. During the hose pull, you must remain on at least 1 knee within the marked boundary lines at all times. If you fail to do so, you will receive a warning. The second time you move outside of the boundary or fail to maintain at least 1 knee in contact with the ground will constitute a disqualification and your test will be concluded. Event 3. Equipment carry. This event is designed to simulate the critical tasks of removing power tools from a fire apparatus, carrying them to an emergency scene, and returning them to the fire apparatus. You will remove the 2 saws, one at a time, from the cabinet and place them on the ground. You will then simultaneously pick up 1 saw in your left hand and 1 saw in your right hand and carry them while walking 75 feet around a drum and back to the starting point. You will then place both saws on the ground, pick up 1 saw at a time, and return each saw to its designated space in the cabinet. Upon completion of this event, you will walk 85 feet along the established walkway to the next event. During the equipment carry, you are allowed to stop, place the saws on the ground, and adjust your grip. However, if you drop either saw on the ground during the carry, you will be disqualified and your test will be concluded. Throughout the equipment carry, you must walk. You will receive 1 warning for running. A 2nd infraction will constitute disqualification and your test will be concluded. Event 4, Ladder Raise and Extension. This event is designed to simulate the critical tasks of placing a ground ladder at a fire structure and extending the ladder to a roof or window. You will walk to the end of a 24-foot aluminum extension ladder positioned on the ground. Lift the top rung of the unhinged end of the ladder from the ground and walk it up in a hand-over-hand fashion using each rung of the ladder until the ladder rests against the wall. If you miss any rung during the raise, you will receive one warning. If you miss a rung after receiving a warning, or if you allow the ladder to fall to the ground, or the safety lanyard is activated due to completely losing your grip during the raise, you will be disqualified and your test will be concluded. After successfully completing the ladder raise, you will proceed immediately to a second pre-positioned and secured 24-foot aluminum extension ladder. You will extend the fly section by pulling on the rope halyard hand over hand until it hits the stop. You will then lower the fly section hand over hand in a controlled fashion and return the ladder to its original starting position. Upon completion of this event, you will walk 85 feet along the established walkway to the next event. You must fully extend the ladder and maintain control of the ladder using the rope halyard in a hand-over-hand manner at all times. Failing to do so, or allowing the rope halyard to slip in an uncontrolled manner, will result in a disqualification and your test will be concluded. During the ladder extension, you must remain within the marked boundary lines. If you fail to do so, you will receive a warning. A second infraction will constitute disqualification and your test will be concluded. Event 5, Forcible Entry. This event is designed to simulate the critical tasks of using force to open a locked door or to breach a wall. You will use a 10-pound sledgehammer to strike the measuring device in the target area until the buzzer is activated. You will then place the sledgehammer on the ground. Upon completion of this event, you will walk 85 feet along the established walkway to the next event. If, while swinging the sledgehammer, you lose control of the sledgehammer and release it from both hands, you will be disqualified and your test will be concluded. Event 6, Search. This event is designed to simulate the critical task of searching for a fire victim in limited visibility and in an unpredictable area. You will crawl on your hands and knees through a tunnel maze that is 64 feet long and approximately 3 feet high and 4 feet wide. While in the tunnel, you will navigate around, over, and under obstacles. In addition, at 2 locations, you will crawl through narrowed portions where the dimensions of the tunnel have been reduced. Upon completion of this event, you will walk 85 feet along the established walkway to the next event. Throughout the maze, your movement will be monitored. If for any reason you choose to end the event, you may call out or rap sharply on the wall or ceiling of the tunnel, and you will be assisted out. Requiring assistance while in the maze, including the opening of an escape hatch or the entrance or exit cover, will result in disqualification, and your test will be concluded. Event 7, Rescue. This event is designed to simulate the critical task of removing a victim or injured partner from a fire scene. You will grasp one or both handles of the shoulder harness attached to a 165-pound mannequin and drag it 35 feet around a pre-positioned drum. Make a 180-degree turn around the drum and continue an additional 35 feet until the entire mannequin has been dragged completely past the finish line. Upon completion of this event, you will walk 85 feet along the established walkway to the next event. During the rescue event, you are allowed to stop and adjust your grip if needed. The mannequin is permitted to come in contact with the drum. However, if you touch or rest on the drum at any time, you will be given a warning. A second infraction will constitute a disqualification, and your test will be concluded. Remember, the entire mannequin must be dragged past the marked finish line to complete the event. Event 8, Ceiling Breach and Pull. This event is designed to simulate the critical task of breaching and pulling down a ceiling to check for fire extension. You will remove the pike pole from the bracket, stand within the boundary established by the equipment frame, and place the tip of the pole on the painted area of the hinge door in the ceiling. You will push up fully with the pike pole on the hinge door in the ceiling 3 times. Then you will hook the pike pole to the ceiling device and pull down the counterbalance lever 5 times. 3 pushes and 5 pulls constitute one complete set. You will be required to perform 4 entire sets. If you drop the pole, you must pick it up by yourself and resume the event. You will be permitted to drop the pike pole to the ground only once. Dropping the pike pole to the ground a second time will constitute disqualification, and your test will be concluded. If you do not successfully complete a repetition, the proctor will call out miss, and you must push or pull the apparatus to complete the repetition. If you do not repeat the missed repetition, the entire set will not count. If you step outside the frame during this event, you will receive a warning. A second infraction will constitute disqualification, and your test will be concluded. In this case, you will not receive any warning. You are permitted, if needed, to stop and adjust your grip. Should you release your grip, or should your hand slip from the pike pole without the pole falling to the ground, you should re-establish your grip and resume the event. This concludes the description of all 8 events in the IAFF-IAFC Joint Labor Management Candidate Physical Ability Test. Remember, this is a timed test. You must pace yourself and be prepared to complete all 8 events in order, with a total test time that does not exceed 10 minutes and 20 seconds.